everyone, it's hot. I'm standing under the oak tree for shade. Cars are noisy, a truck just went by. I want to tell you about gardening, the ups and downs. Today we're talking about the pros and cons of gardening. Well, one pro is that if you grow any kind of milkweed at all, you will attract butterflies, especially monarchs. Now, this is a milkweed that grows everywhere, wild, but I've seen monarchs on them, and they've laid eggs on these leaves before. But I've got this all over the place, and it grows on a fence line. And then we've got our morning glories. These closed up because it's late afternoon now. Here we have snapdragon a neighbor gave me, and I nursed him back to health, but then I let the weeds grow. And you can barely see the flowers. There's just lots of wild clover that I need to get rid of. And also some crabgrass and other weeds. Gladiola has been overtaken by a morning glory vine. And they are very invasive. As you can see, I need to unwind it from the flower and put it onto the fence line or just get rid of it because we have plenty and I need to trim it out because it grows like crazy every 3 days. But it does soften the look of this old fence. And I love the flowers when they're bloomed in the morning. But as soon as I trim these 3 days later, they have to be trimmed again. Now this morning I did come out here and trim these tomato plants and I took off, dozens of suckers that did not have any flowers and they're useless. And then that's when I was able to see the tomatoes finally, because I didn't think we had any tomatoes produced, but we do. And they start at the bottom and work their way up. The flowers grow into tomatoes and they fruit off. And it is very helpful to cut the suckers and to trim down the plant. You got to be careful what you cut off. You don't want to cut off any stems with blossoms. And more of the energy will go to the tomatoes. Because I really trimmed it out. It was very, very bushy. The peppers are doing pretty well, but they're not shaped like regular bell peppers. And these are not hot peppers. These are supposed to be bell peppers. I'm going to let these get bigger. And I didn't expect this. I'm really shocked. I might have, when I go to Oakland Nursery, I might have to ask them about this. Okay, maybe they had the wrong label on that, or I got mixed up and picked up the wrong peppers. Now, are these traditional? I've never seen them this long. These are very long. They better not be hot peppers now. Well, we'll find out, won't we? I really like the bell peppers, the old-fashioned bell peppers, and so does my husband. Now, we did harvest one green pepper. It fell off this plant. I will be trying that bell pepper soon. The rain made the zucchini leaves even larger, it seems, but some flowers popped up, zinnias. I call them zinnias. In different parts of the country, they pronounce them a different way, I believe. We also have some cosmos that will be blooming soon, and I'm real excited about that. But underneath these leaves, I'm going to look and see if there's any more zucchinis. I did pick 2 small ones yesterday. I'm trying to keep up with it now, so we do get some for stir fry, because my husband prefers stir fry. But for the big ones, he likes zucchini bread and any desserts I can make with zucchini. But as far as the casserole, he wasn't as crazy about it as I am. I found one zucchini that's almost ready, and I'll pick it in a couple days. Seems like there was another one through here. It's hard to see because of all the leaves. We have so many leaves. Look at all those leaves. And this is a problem area right here. We have a big sticker. I'm going to have to wear gloves. We have some raspberry bushes coming through. I need to weed all of this out. With the exception of rhubarb, of course. It's going to be a big job. But that's what I'm talking about. The cons of gardening. It does involve some work, but you know what? It's great exercise. So if you want to get some exercise and you want to garden, the two go hand in hand. And bending down, that's wonderful exercise. Bending down to pick flowers or to deadhead. I'm telling you, it's great exercise. Last year, I lost a little bit of weight and it kept me in shape. And I'm just now getting in the rhythm of it now. It took a while. So hopefully my waistline will go down a little bit. But I came out here to pick some lettuce for my husband for a taco salad. He misses taco salad. So we got a mixture of lettuces. And I think I'm going to take this one. Yeah. This is something like Swiss chard, but I'm not sure. He does like the crunchier lettuce. So I think he'll like this very much. Now he just eats a very small amount of lettuce with his taco salad, but he loves tomato. And now that we have tomatoes that are ripe, he's going to load it on his taco salad. The harvest is definitely a big pro because all that you get and if everything's growing well and you get it in abundance, you can't beat it. It's such a blessing. Now we're going to take a look at the corn, and it's doing fairly well. Okay, I've made one mistake and I've got to tell you about it. 3 times is the charm with corn. Fertilizing it 3 times throughout the season. When it's about, I don't know, about 4 inches high, 4 to 6 inches high, you should give it its first treatment of fish emulsion. I hope I pronounced that right. I did not buy that because I'm a cheapskate. So I just gave it bone meal, which I already had, and sardine juice. So, and I did it last year and the corn did great, but I did it 3 times last year. So I've only given this 2 treatments this year. I didn't give it a treatment at the early stage, which could be a very big mistake. If I don't get really big ears of corn, it's my own fault. But we've got about a couple weeks before it's ready. It should be ready by the end of July. I want these to get a lot bigger, but I'll be checking these for insects. If the insects get on this, they could ruin it. But it's been a pleasure and so much fun to grow. This is my 2nd year of growing corn. The rain has really been plentiful, and I can't complain about it. This has really helped the corn plants, and they are very tall. But I just hope that the corn production, I hope that we get some really good ears of corn and something better than filled corn. I would say this is a win, hopefully, but we don't know until the harvest. We'll see what the corn looks like. Will it be filled out with lots of big kernels, or will it be little skimpy kernels and it may be my fault. Now, can I give this one more treatment? Maybe, but I got some weeding to do. How am I going to get in there? See, I grew it very close together. You can grow close together. It's just hard to do the weeding when you do. We have sunflowers back there, and they're long and lanky from the rain. So I'm not watering them now at this point. I just let the rain handle it. And I'm hoping this will be beautiful. I would love to have grown the Trinity. Last year, I did try growing some squash between rows of corn, and it didn't produce. I think it got shaded by the corn. I didn't plant it soon enough. We're talking about problems. Here I'm going around. I am pulling weeds. I'm cutting back on some of the vines and the leaves that are overshading, like the soybeans are being overshaded by zucchini leaves. But then I'm not picking them up. Well, it did rain, and I meant to come back out here yesterday, and I didn't. So in order to beautify the garden, I need to pick up my mess. Don't you agree? This was a blessing. Had the best year for strawberries ever. Pumpkin not doing well. This is all we've got so far. I don't know if it's going to amount to anything. I planted pumpkin seeds here. Nothing came up. I think a robin was digging for worms and took off with the seeds. I did see a robin take off with a large pumpkin seed the other day. I'm not lying. We have an unusual weed over here. I don't know what this is. Can you help me identify this? Okay, this is kind of cute. Reminds me of little Chinese lanterns. I don't know what it is. If it's a bad plant that I shouldn't have here, let me know. If it's something good, let me know. Will it change color and be orange or anything like that? That would be awesome. This is a garden success for sure. Do you like kale? A lot of people don't. Hey, you know what? To me, it tastes like broccoli. I can't eat broccoli. I can eat a little bit of broccoli, but not very much. Do you know why? Do I have to tell you why? I am 62 years old, and it just doesn't agree with me. But kale, I don't have any problem with kale. And My husband has his ups and downs with kale. He said he didn't like kale chips. Now all of a sudden he said, oh, those little kale chips. He actually tasted one I made the other day. I do like them now. He can't make up his mind, I swear. He said, but don't ever make me a salad of just kale without lettuce. So I won't do that again. So here's the kale I'm jumping up and down about. Kale is super healthy, a big superfood. You've got to grow it in your garden. And you can grow a fall crop. You can start a fall crop now in just about every zone, I believe. We can check into that, can't we? So this is a success, and it's beautiful. I've never seen anything so beautiful. My mom's favorite color was green. She would love the look of this kale. And you know, my mom liked greens. She came from the country. She came from Kentucky. She grew up on garden greens. So she liked mustard greens. So we never had kale as kids, but I'm sure she would have loved this kale and the look of it too. When we talk about cucumbers, we're talking about a whole nother situation. I have a lot of cons about growing cucumbers. It never does well. And let me know your secrets about growing it. So this is kind of long and lanky because of all the rain. I hope it grabs onto this fence, and it probably will vine off. It did last year. So we'll see what happens. I just hope it turns out better than it did last year, because the cucumbers were all different misshapes, and they turned yellow and orange in no time. Some of them were good. They turned out like little dill pickles, but some of them were not. So any secrets you have for me about growing cucumbers would be great, because my husband loves cucumbers. I'm a zucchini person. He's a cucumber person. And I don't know if this is a great idea or not, growing these things close together. I probably should take out some of this garlic chives so that this can vine without interruption. And I do have some of that milkweed, wild milkweed growing there. So today I talked about the pros and cons, the ups and downs of gardening. But here's what I got to say. It is one of the most, if not the most, enjoyable activity I've ever done in my life. And most productive on a budget. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's not a how-to video. I'm still under people and blogs. But I hope you found it a little educational. Please keep coming back. Like, subscribe, and share. Blessings to all of you. I'll see you on the next one.